Okay, so I don't know how much time I have, but my roommate, I haven't been here for a few days now, but my roommate left, and um, I, so I got the space to myself for a minute. I figured, um, like these aren't even my things. So I looked back at the last video that I posted. Um, I want to be able to get a good angle. Looked back at the last video that I posted, and because there was a point in it where I was where like as I looked at the camera and looked at myself in the camera, I saw this like thing go behind my shoulder, or like go behind me in the camera. I saw it and it was like this white thing, and I assumed that maybe it was just like the flash from a car driving by or something, and that maybe I just didn't see it right. So I didn't really pay attention to it. It happened to be just as I was expressing and um, not suppressing, but alchemizing a very aggressive energy. Um, and as I was doing it, it like almost like came out from me and passed out. In the video, that's almost what it looks like. And it's weird because other stuff happens in the video that is weird. Um, as I'm talking, like this is part of the series of paranormal activity, right? Um, so that was interesting because there was like didn't watch the other videos fully, but like in this shorter video, uh, there and like because I specifically caught it, like I happened to look at it and like you can even see in the video like that I kind of look weird because I thought that I saw it and then I kind of like itched my nose because I just like felt away. Um, that's not always consciously happening, but that time it was, and that's why I went and looked at the video and you can actually see it. Um, like trying not to say that I hate somebody, and it's like an orb that comes out from like either behind me or from me. Um, and so I thought it might be interesting since I have the place alone right now to try to videotape a bit. Just talk about some things, I guess, until they come back. It's probably going to be random when they come back. I don't want to be like sitting here talking to the phone, so like I'll probably hang up. I'll probably just hang up because I don't want to make it weird. But yeah. So I haven't been here for a few days. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. Can I? No. Okay. So I haven't been here for a few days. Um, Energy here is super weird. The energy here is super weird. The energy everywhere is super weird right now. I can tell. I can tell when people feel a way about me. It's funny or like are doing things like I don't like saying this stuff because it sounds ridiculous. It sounds insane. I get that it sounds insane. Like I'm not the type of person that generally validates these types of things, but obviously I am. Obviously there's a part of me that like I have to because there's dumbasses involved in this shit really doing this shit. So like I'm not saying that I like know everything, and I know that the way I tend to talk and come across is like me just talking about my fucking self and just saying all this shit. And like to be honest, most of it is that it's just me working my shit out. You know what I mean? Like hopefully it helps somebody. Like I'm doing my best, but like I I can feel when there's specific feelings. Like I can feel when I'm being annoying. You know what I mean? I can feel when I'm being judged certain ways. I can feel when like There's and like even from distances and stuff, like it's just when certain energy is projected at me, I feel it. I can't always tell you who it's coming from or why even, but I can feel it. And like I try to not necessarily ignore it. I try to process it and let it go, move on. I don't always try to take it on. Depending on how heavy it is, I generally, like, especially lately, just like give it back and trust to the universe. But, um, or if it's really direct, if I can feel something crazy, like, I'll just send it right back to the person in love. Like, I don't have hate in my heart about it. I just give them back their energy because I choose not to receive it. You know what I mean? It's like as if they gave the gift to me and I just like, no thanks, and give it right back to them. Um, I think that's the best way to handle a lot of things, to be honest. It's not with any sort of maliciousness. It's just I know what I want, and it's not that. um, and I don't know. Like I've been warning people that like I'm in my villain era, but like I've been doing that for the last couple years, and like I that's legitimate. I'm not trying to be some terrible villainous person. So like my general state isn't going to be some evil person and to be some fucking asshole. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that like I'm going to keep being who I am and who I want to be, but like I'm also going to stop like making excuses, and like I'm going to stop trying to validate to other people who I am, and like um yeah, I I I'm I have to answer to my God when I die. You know, like this is my life. This is this is what I got. Like you don't like it, then it's like looking at a piece of art in a museum. If you don't like it, fucking walk somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Look at something else. Do something else. Or fucking write a complaint. You know, like but please at least understand that it's all just art. Like I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's how it works. Because what some people are doing with their art installations is fucking killing people and robbing people and cheating people. And, you know, I try not to do those things, but like I'm, you know, given to fucking up and, you know, taking advantage and stuff just as much as anybody. So I'm not trying to act like I'm great, but I'm trying to point out that like the concepts of evil aren't what we assume that they are either. Like, I am great, but like that shows you what the definition for great is, right? Like, uh, it's not some uniform thing. It's not some like I'm fucking ridiculous. I don't make sense half the time, and when I do make sense, it's like, why is this randomly so profound? Like, what the fuck is she even talking about half the time? Like, who is this person? I am weird. Like I'm not like something to look at and be like, that's how I'm trying to be in any definitive sense. You know what I mean? Like I'm a work of art. Like take from it what you will, but like don't take it personal. It wasn't about you. It was about me. You know, like that's why I was created. Like and I get that's the frustration. Like that's a big thing with my mom, right? Because no, I was created so that her and my dad could have a daughter and so that she could have this relationship. My dad could have this relationship with this person, and you know that they could have this idea. Uh, then when my dad died, it was like I was supposed to be, you know, a comfort, and I was supposed to be a rock, you know, in a way. Like I was supposed to be a representation of my dad, but not really so much. I don't think that was the expectation as much as like I just was supposed to be there for my mom. And uh, I I kept like fighting against that, even at a young age. Like I was really angry about that, and I didn't like having to do that, and I didn't like how um, manipulative my mom was about it, even at a young age. But I didn't always know how to communicate those things, and I'm not saying that like just because I talk all the fucking time doesn't mean that I know how to communicate well. Just because I know big words doesn't mean I know how to communicate well. Just because I am a poet doesn't mean that I know how to communicate well. Just because I'm emotionally intelligent and self-aware doesn't mean that I know how to communicate well. Um, just because I'm like try to be self-responsible and like pretty like mature like about certain things and like you know I'm really friendly and willing to talk with people doesn't mean that I know how to communicate well. So like you know it's very important that people like I've spent my life breaking down concepts and to understand things. I mean, I was so fucking confused my entire life. I didn't know what the fuck. So like I didn't know what the fuck. And there was so much being hidden from me, and there were so many lies and so many different things going on. And so, like, in order to protect myself, in order to survive, I learned. I learned. Learning was always how I survived. So I would consider myself a scientist because, like, I had to be. You know, I had to learn. I had to be willing to learn. I had to go and test things out. I had to come up with concepts and then go figure out if that's really what it was or not. Because that's the only way, that's the way that things work, and that's the only way that you can understand things. And like um yeah, you know, like those things benefited me that way for sure because of that, because like I needed that. And I didn't get those things in school and stuff growing up, because I was in the Christian schools. It took a long time. It wasn't until I was in my 20s, I was 20, 21, 22, when I first started actually learning about like real science and physics and shit, physics especially for the first time and stuff. Those things blew my mind. And yeah, getting out of Christianity, that's those things helped me get out of Christianity, and getting out of Christianity helped me realize a lot of the toxic family dynamics that I was under, and realizing those dynamics helped me understand the trauma, and then understanding the trauma, or I guess at least understanding like my responses to the trauma, um, helped me to understand my core, like mommy daddy issues, specifically mommy issues. Um, like, I got it bad, man. I'm a big sensitive baby. And like you can see by how, I mean, I've been better today, but like how hormonal I've been to just be crying about everything. Like that's the type of guy I am. I cry. I'm a big old cry boy. I don't got a problem with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's a gift. It is. But it's silly. It's a silly gift. Most of my gifts are kind of silly, you know. Um, that's fine. I didn't have anything specifically to talk about this time. And so I can't necessarily make this part of my paranormal series unless something ghosty happens. Unless something ghosty happens. It still won't let me change the camera over. So, not that there's anything going on in the kitchen, but like, I mean, that's the kitchen. There's a reflection of my phone on the door. That's nothing ghosty. If you see anything else, it might be something ghosty, but there's also cats in here. And they're always doing weird cat shit. So, like, you can't really trust that anything isn't just a cat doing something. Plus, there's like wiring, all sorts of weird wiring, and everything's uneven in this house. It's two houses put together. It's an RV and a fucking trailer home put together. So it's just weird. Just got a weird vibe. It's cool because sometimes, like, I'm pretty weird, man. I'm pretty weird. Seeing things. I mean, is it schizophrenia? I don't know, because every time that I've had a therapist and have asked them to, I'm like, how do I know if I have schizophrenia? How do we figure that out? They just kind of laugh about it. Like, I'm not kidding. I've had multiple therapists that are like, that's not what's going on. Like, and I had one that literally laughed aloud, which I don't think is funny, especially given like who I am as a person. And like, I guess it's like, I don't know, because my diagnosis is that I have CPTSD with depression and anxiety, generalized depression and anxiety, major depression, dysthymia, long-term major depression, long-term minor depression. The cat's eating chicken bones. The cat just grabbed chicken right off the grill, right off the fucking oven. I don't know, cat. Hold on. Got up too fast. That's not the problem. Potassium, I suppose, would actually be the problem if you want me to be accurate. It's weird because the only thing I can't feel right now is my butt cheeks, but my legs still feel weird. It's like everything goes numb for a second, gets real tingly. It doesn't happen all the time, but I need to get the fuck out of spaces that I don't feel comfortable in. I just need to be in my own fucking space. My own actual space. Yes, I am alone in this space right now. That's wonderful. It does make me feel a lot more comfortable, to be honest. And I know I sound like a fucking cunt. I am. That's what I keep trying to tell people. That's what I've been trying to tell people all along. It took me like acting like it for people to understand, and I don't like that. I would like to go back to being very nice. But that's not the world we live in right now. Right now, we live in fucking Mad Max, where everybody has really, really crazy decorative genitals, and everybody's a dude with nipple piercings, and everybody's super sexual. Yeah. Yep, that's America. I just watched Mad Max for the first time. I don't know which one it was, uh, but everything was very, very gay. So incredibly gay. Very, very homosexual. In a way that was masculine and only masculine. And I like that. And I like that it's a man's movie. It's a man's world. It's a man's movie. Back when men were men. Mad Max. I wish. I wish first. I don't. I don't wish. I don't wish for things anymore. Because I got yelled at once for wishing things. I used to wish people good days. I used to wish people these really, really like fancy wishes. I loved wishing people wishes. I still do sometimes for funsies, but I used to do it thinking I was being for serious. I used to wish people big old wishes. That all their dreams would come true, but I would wish them very, very specifically. And it is a good thing to do, Andy. But Andy didn't like it. Andy didn't like it because I kept being nice to him, even though he was mean to me. He didn't like that. That's what I mean. People don't like when I'm nice. And that's what makes me mean. And now people like this. And this is what people wanted. And that's what I don't like. And I don't want to give it to the people. I don't want to give them the mean guy. I want to give them the nice boy that they hate so much. No, I don't, though. I already did that. Jesus already happened. Like, that concept has already been done. They crucify you. That's it. I mean, it doesn't, and then a whole bunch of weirdos follow you, but not the right way. It all ends up fucked up. In the end, things keep going in the not right direction. So, like, it still cultivates into that thing. And that's really what I'm against. That's what I'm about being against. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about being against is the Matrix and the Manifest Destiny created for this Christian conservatism and whatever the fucking, like, it's like Nazi theology essentially. Just not a fan. Not a fan of the Matrix myself. That is why I live the way I do. Do I like living the way I do? No. Do the people in Zion like living the way that Zion is? Well, they prefer it to the Matrix, but it's not the paradise they thought it was going to be yet. And I need to watch the third one again because I know it gets really crazy. I get it, Kevin. I'm just going to keep yelling at people this entire video. That's where I'm at. Because fuck y'all. Yeah, y'all try to put that shit on me? Y'all try to put that shit on me? You guys gonna curse me? You gonna fuck on me? I'm gonna fuck on you. For serious, you guys, I love you, but you kind of suck. All of you, and you know who you are. And those that are offended right now, wait, no. Those that are shocked by me saying that, like shocked, offended. You're not who I'm talking about, baby. I love you. Why would you even think that? Don't think that. Stop thinking those things. You're never who I'm talking about. I would tell you if you were. These other people, they know I love them. They know I care for them. They know that I have a weird incapacity to hate them. But they know that they deserve this. Honestly, they deserve this. They don't. They don't deserve any of it anymore. I'm about to just stop giving a fuck. And I'm aware, the thing is that, like, the fear always kept me back from that because it was like, okay, because my mom and my dad, my stepdad, because my stepdad told me that he worked for the FBI, and then I was convinced that he was, like, watching me on cameras my whole life, and I was all fucking paranoid, and then I told my mom about it, and then she was like, I was like, please don't tell dad, and then she, like, told my dad, and then they all laughed at me and told me that they weren't watching me on cameras, and, I was just being crazy, and then they let me watch Truman Show, and the Truman Show, like, explained everything, so then I was fine. The thing is that this isn't actually Family Guy. I'm a real person, probably. Listen. So fuck you guys. Fuck all of you. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Like, it really does hurt. It did for a really, really long time. Like, the reason that I can laugh about it now is because I already cried about it already enough. I did a lot. And I might again, but right now, fuck all of you guys. All of you. Yeah, leaving you, I'm sorry. You deserve it. It's only because you deserve it too. Like, this isn't, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal, but fuck you literally the entire way, as to every extent that you deserve it. I just wish for you all of the things that you deserve. Truly, all of you. Like, all of it. I really do. Like, that is the greatest blessing I could ever give to anyone, and it's only a curse that you could give to yourself. That has nothing to do with me. Everything to do with you. It is a blessing. It is a gift, and it is the greatest gift that you could ever give anyone. And it was given to me in a really fucked up way because I was too hard-headed to understand it. So I really hope that y'all can just receive it straight from the fucking horse's mouth that you've been beaten to death this whole time, right? Already fucking dead, brother. Can't kill a ghost. So, like, let it go. Get the fuck over it. Move the fuck on. Can't remember what I was going to say, so guess you don't get full ass permission, but that's what I was trying to give you. Permission to fuck off. For real. Let's not even make this personal. Like, why would you want to sit here and fight about it? I don't like you. It's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't like a lot of things about you. It's just like who you are as a person fundamentally. You know what I mean? And like, that's, we can keep up shallow relationships, but no, we can't, because I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. It feels nice saying those things, to be honest. I am a cunt. I don't care. Because I'm also an incredibly wonderful person to those that are meant to receive that from me. I don't determine all of these things. I don't just be a dick. I do sometimes, but normally when I'm doing that, I make it pretty obvious, right? Or at least I think I do. People that don't know me have no idea what the fuck is happening, and that's fine, but like, their subconscious gets it. I trust that. Thinking about things, feeling away. It's so funny, because I don't care. These things are silly to me. I am so thankful. I'm so thankful for it all. I'm so thankful for everything, because honestly, like, the older I get, the more that I'm able to like pull from my experience. Like, it's so beneficial. It's all so good for me. Like, boy, are things great. They really are, despite like, it's easy for me to like get in the perspective of looking at things negatively because things aren't ideal, right? And I am an idealist, but like, I'm also not. I'm also a practical person. At least I try to be. So like, ultimately, as much as I'm an idealist, I'm well aware that like, the ideal doesn't actually exist. Perfection is only a concept. I shoot for the stars so that I can hit the moon at the very least, or whatever the fuck. You know, I'm a poet. Listen, something I realized recently that I've already known and already done a bunch of times, but like, I realized it again and I'm gonna have to implement it again, is that you can be whoever the fuck you want, and you can portray yourself however the fuck you want. You can not actively take responsibility for those things and then just let people come up with those ideas and then just deal with it or get mad at it or try to fight it or what the fuck ever. Or you can get out of the matrix and then just like do whatever the fuck you want. I keep reminding myself that. I think the roommate's back. So I don't know, guys. Thanks for listening to this half an hour of who knows what the fuck. Hopefully there was ghosts.